Hello, Elizabeth here, and today I'm going to show you how I made this Hogwarts embroidery canvas art. This is much easier than it looks, and I don't think you need to have any experience with embroidery to make something like this. I'm gonna walk you through it step by step. Let's do it!
First, you'll need a canvas. I got this small square one from Dollar Tree for $1.50. Next, you're going to need the image you want to embroider. Basic line art works best for this. If you have a printer, it's easiest to just print off the design on a piece of paper. But I actually don't have a printer, so I took the much more difficult route of using the draw function on my Cricut machine to sketch out the design on a piece of cardstock. And I couldn't get it to just draw the lines in the design, it did this weird outline thing, but it's fine, it still worked. Next, you want to tape your preferably printed design into place on your canvas. I just used a piece of packing tape on each side. Then you can take a push pin and poke holes in the canvas through the design, slightly spacing them out for each stitch length. Because my sketch is a little wonky, I had the digital image open on my laptop as a reference as I went. Once you've got all your holes poked, you can remove the design and your canvas will look something like this. Next, you need some embroidery thread. I chose this navy blue color and I separated out the threads to work with a thinner piece. I used 2 threads for the circular border and just 1 thread for the inner design. The thread is folded in half, which makes it a bit thicker. Thread the needle so that the needle is right in the middle of the thread with equal parts hanging down both sides. Then tie the ends together in a knot. Bring the needle through the back side of the canvas and pull it all the way through, and it should be stopped by that knot you tied in the end. For the entire design, I did a back stitch. So you just pass the needle through the previous hole to connect the two, then come back up through the next hole after the one you started in, and then back through the first one. This stitch will connect the holes together in a line. I did the entire circle border first. When you get to the end of a section or run out of thread, cut the needle free and then tie the 2 strands of thread together to fasten it off. Make sure you do this on the back side of the canvas. Next, I started on the trees around the edges, continuing with that back stitch. The poked holes did give a really good guideline, but I did keep the image open on my laptop the whole time I was embroidering, just to make sure I was connecting them properly to create the Hogwarts image. In some places, my holes were a bit too close together and I ended up skipping some holes, going to the next one instead. But the strands of thread still covered the holes I skipped, so that was no big deal. To fill in the dark windows and doorways, I outlined them first with the back stitch, and then I just did long stitches from bottom to top across the entire shape as many times as I needed to until it was nicely filled in. I'm a very inexperienced embroiderer, so these definitely don't look perfect, but I actually like that the imperfection gives it a more handmade look. The crooked stitches are kinda charming. Sometimes you just have to find the beauty in things that are less than perfect. I hope you enjoyed this motivational speech. Okay, so to do the stars in the sky, I did most of them as just 2 crisscrossed lines, some in the shape of a plus sign, some in the shape of an X, and for some I added extra lines to make more of an asterisk. And this is the final result. This was my first time trying something like this, but I definitely want to do something like this again that incorporates a whole bunch of different colors. It was really fun and easy to do.
I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment letting me know what you would like to see next. See you later!